And some of y'all got the Freemasons in y'all family, and y'all brag on them because they got a little money, but they blind on that first level because they don't know what Freemasonry is. They don't know the first level, first up to the third level, you don't know what Freemason really is. They lie to you. They tell them it's Christianity.
For educational purposes
They don't know that as
only.
soon as they go to that next level and they got to do that ritual where you roll up that pants leg and you stand there blindfolded and you're walking through through that white checker floor and you entering into the same thing that witches do to become a witch. Because everything that's not of Christ is of Satan. The Elks, everything that's the lodges, the Prince Hall Masons, the fraternities, everything that's not of Christ is just an initiation into witchcraft. I said it. Why are we into it? We don't test it. We never tried the spirit. You send your kids to college and they pledge AKA because you did. You never knew what AKA was. Nobody asked. You never researched what AKA or Sigma Gamma Rho and all that was. You just did it. Then when you find out what it is, you find out the ritual they had to do to cross the burning sands and the pledge to the god of Horus. Pledge allegiance. You took an oath to an Egyptian deity. So that oath is binding. You cannot receive Christ with that oath. You have to renounce that oath. But they won't renounce the oath because they have pride in the fraternity. So most of what we have, that's why the black community can't rise, because we got all these secret societies. Everybody's in some kind of secret society where they outright pledge allegiance to other spirits. Are y'all there or not there? Say, try the spirit.
Mike Will made it.
This organization is out here to do the same thing that the street gangs were created to do.
That's what it's all about, man. You know what all this means?
That these women are gonna kill me?
No, son. The frat is not in your steps, it's in your soul. All right?
And that is to collect souls for the kingdom of Lucifer. Have y'all seen the makeup and vow that the presidents of these groups take? It talks about speaking in a new tongue, one that is not of God, and partaking in rituals, traditions, and keeping secrets, and devoting all time and assets to the organization. These organizations require so much of your time and devotion that you wouldn't have any left to seek after God even if you wanted to. And in their ritual books, they also say that they are devoted to the eternal spirit of truth. And when I tried the spirit by the spirit, as the word tells us to, I see that spirit that they praise is false. Because any spirit that mixes the true and living God with other gods is false. They out here worshiping Aphrodite, Zeus, Hestia, Apollo, and many other gods, y'all. Alpha Phi Alpha prides themselves on so-called being first of all. But they fail to realize that God is the true Alpha and Omega of all. If the Baphomet is the overall god of the Freemasons, and the sororities and fraternities were created by Freemasons, then they all fall under what? The Baphomet. Simple. Anytime you get on your knees in all white with candles being lit and make a pledge like Sigma Gamma Rho does, this is basically a traditional ceremony in an attempt to leave you soul tied to whatever God is attached to that group. People don't get it, man. This entire life is about your soul, man.
I ain't gonna lie, I admit it. I fell in love with a hoe. Plenty of times, a couple hoes. But you know what? Fuck them. Fuck them.
Man, I was gonna go ahead and settle down with one girl, but then I got a haircut and said, fuck that. These hoes need me, you hear me?
Little quick little freestyle, little V-style, SDE style. Check me out, shout out Pop. I know what a nigga ought to do, Pops. Matter of fact, it's what I gotta do, Pops. On this track, I'm trying to talk to you, Pops. Cause these days, we ain't talking too much. You thought mama couldn't handle me, Pops. But look at she done made a man of me, Pops. No, this wasn't how I planned to be, Pops. But you already had a plan for me, Pops. And it wasn't the plan for me, Pops. Cause like you demanded me, Pops. Then you just scared me, Pops. Hey, God had a different plan for me, Pops. Devil really got a hold of me, Pops. For a minute, took control of me, Pops. Even went ball on that your alma mater, and I ain't got nothing to show for it, Pops. Because of you, these hoes staring me, Pops. Couple hoes tried sharing me, Pops. Hit one while the other one watch. Then them hoes tried to lie to the cops. Perfect time on them white people watch. My man 20 when you got a charge. Then I was 20, then I got a charge. But you paid that way and my life went hard, right? Don't know why these hoes comparing me, Pops. Yeah, you was great, and I made mistakes, but that don't mean don't take care of me, Pops. They told me fill your shoes, and I ain't want to. I just had to say that for clarity, Pops. And they told me fill your shoes and I ain't want. I had to say that shit for clarity, Pops. Hey, my life almost feel like a parody. My grandma and mama take care of me. A quarter of a century scaring me. I talked to Jesus, he be sparing me. I could be for knee green like a manatee. I cut everyone off like an amputee. And when nobody wasn't there for me, pat myself on the back. Garrity, never came from the block, but I'm hot though. Used to hang on the block like a lot though. Shout out my dear officer trying to stop us walking home. I got weed in my sock though. And I had to have that in my sock though. My grandma found that she ain't take it though. And I lied to her like that's oregano. Like grandma, I swear that's oregano. Used to brag about you back in show and tell. In this woman life, man, I wish you well. To talk to the kids and teach them well. When you talk to them, make sure you teach them well. When they ask about your kids, you know what it is. Don't lie to them, nigga, be yourself. Hey, if history ain't taught it, repeat itself. Yeah, see, my life has been broken into phases. And I gotta watch who I'm dating. Some people don't know they my dude, so they pop. So a nigga ain't never complaining. Found out by my daddy, they hating. I be making them hot like I'm Cajun. These days niggas getting mistaken. But I'ma be more like a raven. Y'all say mad stuff out here. Hot breath ass niggas. ADE, gang is potty train, nigga.
Hello guys, once again welcome back to my channel. It is sad heartbreaking news as former college football player Ray Lewis III and the son of Hall of Famer linebacker Ray Lewis has tragically passed away. TMZ has been confirmed. TMZ Sports at the age of 28 years old. Details surrounding his illness death has not been released, but Ray was a star running back at Lake Mary Prep HS in Florida, rushing for 1,898 yards and 20 touchdowns, as well as 76 yards and 4 touchdowns receiving during his senior season. He went on to play at the college level for the Miami Hurricanes and Coastal Carolina Chanticleers and Virginia Union Panthers. We spoke with Virginia Union Associate Football Coach Diego Relon about Lewis III's passing, and he said it is very unfortunate. Great young man and a better teammate. The entire Virginia Union University community are praying for the family as they deal with the loss of Ray. Lewis' young brother Rashan shared the news in a heartbreaking farewell Thursday after saying, "Really, can't believe I am even typing this, but RIP brother. A true angle. I pray you and peace now, because I don't know how much you was really hurting. I won't even have the words, man." He added, "Yohan is gone, miss you, but she'll hear about you over and over. Just watch over us all, big bro. Be our guardian. I promise I'll make you smile and proud." Lewis III most recently suited up for the Wyoming Mustangs of the Champions Indoor Football League. Lewis III was also pursuing a career in the music industry. Rest in peace. We're gonna miss you, champ. Lewis, the third Ravens legend's son. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, share to our YouTube channel. Peace out.
You know, so Bird, you know, he took pills. We all was treated the same. My dad never showed favoritism, ever. You know, but I will say this. Bird, this coming from Bird mouth. You know, because I talked to Bird before he died. He was feeling some type of way about the job. You know, Bird came to me and was like, hey, man, your dad said he was going to hook me up with a job. And now I call, he won't call back. And this, that, and the other. And he felt some type of way. You know, he felt down. He kind of felt bad about it. You know, and that played into, you know, some of the depression that he had. You know, so Bird, you know, he took pills to numb his pain. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think my dad was direct cause. I won't put that on my dad like that. Because my dad was, like I said, my dad was good to all of us. You know, we all had the same chance growing up. And some of us took advantage of it, and some of us didn't. You know what I'm saying? But I will say this. I'm pretty sure, I know for a fact, he felt some type of way when he was talking to my dad. He had a conversation about my dad regarding the dreads or whatever. You know, and he didn't, for my dad to go on social media and put Ron out there like that. I mean, he didn't say Ron's name, but people who was close to Ron pretty much knew. But I know he was trying to, you know, make a lesson out of it or whatever. But for him to go directly to social media and do that, you know, I think they played a big part. You know, that was like the hump that broke the camel, the straw that broke the camel's back or whatever. You know, for him to go on social media and be like, I got a family member. Like, we know who you're talking about. And Bird knew who he was talking about. You know, and Bird just thought that shit was just unfucking necessary. Because it was a private conversation. You know, if you're having a private conversation with somebody, then you go on social media and you see that shit. He felt some type of fucking way, as anybody would. You know what I'm saying? The MF didn't want to cut his dreads. You know, that shit was just unfucking necessary. And this is coming from Bird, because he talked to me about this shit. You know, Bird, you know, he felt some type of way about this shit, man. It's like he felt played almost. But to say that you know, my dad was direct cause, no, because Bird was already doing drugs, taking pills. I know, because I fucking took pills with him. That's some shit we did. You know what I'm saying? To say my dad was direct cause of his death, I wouldn't take it that far. But he did feel some type of fucking way about the whole situation, about how it played out. You know, just imagine you having a private conversation with somebody and they just put that shit out there. Like, what's the point? You know what I'm saying? It's like no point in that shit. And I just want my, you know what I'm saying, my brother to rest in peace, man. I don't want this shit to be, I don't want this shit to be centered around pills and dreads and all that stupid shit, man. Just let this man rest, my brother rest in peace, man. My brother in heaven now. He's straight. You know? I think he just felt some type of way, you know? Going on social media and saying, you know, he ain't had nowhere to stay and all that, man. You putting his business out there. That's how he felt. And this shit how he felt now. This ain't coming from me. You know, he talked to me about shit like that. And, you know, he just felt some type of way. He thought it was some old fuck shit. But at the same time, you know, he ain't the direct cause. And it wasn't fucking suicide. Let's get that straight. It wasn't fucking suicide. I just want to clear my brother's name, man. Y'all ain't gonna tarnish his shit. You know, on both sides. I ain't with both sides. I'm on Bird's side. That's whose side I'm on. I ain't on my daddy's side. I ain't on Bird. I'm on Bird's side. That's whose side I'm on. And I just want to clear that shit up. Bird wasn't there to kill his fucking self. Nigga had too much to live for. Even though he was struggling, nigga still had too much to fucking live for, man. Anybody knew Bird, how he viewed life? I almost damn near like a fucking hippie. That was my nigga though. I just want to play that shit up, man, you know. You know, he ain't committing no suicide, but at the same time, he felt some type of way about what my father did. Putting him out like that. That's how he felt. You know, don't get mad at me, because I ain't making this shit up. That's how he felt. I just want to say my little 2 cents, man. And let my brother rest in peace, man. All this petty shit. This nigga gone, man. I gotta go see him in a box today. I gotta go see him in a coffin today. A nigga I grew up with, my age. Nigga I looked up to like a big brother. I gotta go see him today in a fucking box. Not breathing. Fuck, I ain't never had nobody close to me die. I don't know how this shit gonna affect me, man. But man, just y'all leave these fucking pills alone, man. Leave that shit alone, bro. There's too many niggas dying from that shit. We losing too many people. Leave that shit alone, man. If you need help, man, shit, call me, talk to me. Nigga, I got addiction issues, or had addiction issues, or what. I still struggle with this shit to this day. You need to talk to somebody, nigga, I'll talk to you. I know what all the AA means that, man. We gotta leave this shit alone, man. This shit taking our people out. Cold. This shit ain't fucking playing. Man, y'all be safe out here, man. Love y'all.
Hey, I just have to, I just have bad news this morning. I'm on my way to the airport to get to Birmingham. I just want everybody to pray for me. Pray for our family. My son, Brandon Smiley, has passed away this morning. I'm about to go get on a flight and try to get to Birmingham. Vicky, good morning. Lord have mercy, Jesus.
Black actresses of Zeta Phi Beta.
Always a soror. Women of Alpha Kappa Alpha are known for being phenomenal women of substance. Every icky alpha I know is a stuck-up snob. I'm not taking a roll. I feel bad for you. Deltas are divas. Down down bitches. I am a proud member of Delta Sigma Theta sorority. So the right goes to Delta. I'm not. Why? Call me Dynamo. Right to call me trailer park trash. You see how you standing behind her right now? Stay over here. Stay over here. You are so irrelevant. Ain't no real Delta. said, I don't want you around me. You need to do some research and find out. I really am. You are a liar, devil. I'm a good one. I'll clean up the base before I was the devil. I clean up the base will beat your ass. This nigga's not right. You got the devil on your team, girl. You do something, Latrine. Do something. Right back to your mama home, Shannon. Once a soror, always a soror.
Yes, thank you so much. Yes. Thank you. I've been through a lot. Yes. Got a testimony. Yes. God gave it to me all over again. I've always wanted to be a part of a sisterhood.
Come on, sister.
I thought I wanted to be a part until I met y'all.
Come on.
Real
sis.
talk, I was like, wait a minute, we alike.
Yes.
Feel like I love what you support and I love what you do and I won't disappoint you. I promise I won't.
Yes.
I will rep you.
Still, though, you know what I'm saying, man. We just can't let any person in here. If you want to be exclusive, you got to exclude people.
So, while we're in Black History Month, we have a difficult subject that needs to be spoken about. For the most part, if you watch my videos or are slightly awake to the lies of this world that we are born into, then secret societies are not a big shocker to you. And we can mostly correlate a majority of the agendas going on in this world with the different secret societies. Some are very well known and heard of, like the Freemasons or Skull and Bones, though we don't know a great deal about them besides what they allow others to know or what insiders have revealed and exposed. But there are many others, some that are high up in the food chain or hierarchy of dominance that are not even known of by the majority. Most people have never even heard of them, though they have yielded a great deal of influence. And this topic that I'm about to discuss will discuss one of these least known societies. And though in the grand hierarchy of this pyramid, they are not very high in importance. In the Black community though, in America, they are extremely high, and most Black people have never even heard of them. They are the gatekeepers of the Black community, and if you do not understand them, you will have so many false beliefs and attitudes of Black America, our struggle, civil rights, and many other subjects that will not be corrected if they are not understood. Now, though we're talking about a subject that targets a specific race, this is not a racial issue. Regardless of your race, you must understand this group because they have been used secretly against the population. There may be information you are missing that doesn't completely allow you to connect all the dots. Now, before I get into the breakdown of what the Black Boule is, we need to go back in time. Let's go back to the times of slavery. During the times of slavery, we had plantations. This was large farms in the colonies of America that used the enforced labor of slaves to harvest crops like cotton, rice, indigo, sugar, tobacco, and other farm produce for trade and export around the world. This trade and export was how America was built. On this plantation, we had two different classes or groups of people. We had the masters and the slaves. There was no crossing between these classes. A master never became a slave, and a slave never became a master. Well, that's not entirely true. Eventually, there were slaves that became slave owners. But I don't want to get off point. I'm talking about the majority. I'm not going to talk too much about the masters, but more about the slaves. To keep the slaves in line and know exactly what the slaves were thinking or plotting, the masters needed help. They needed allies within the ranks of slaves. So in the slave class, they created two other classes. There were the regular slaves and then the house slaves, the house Negroes, which really is known by another word that I will not use. The house slaves were taken in the house, given better food and accommodations. They were treated better and were more aligned with the slave masters than they were with their own people. They were used by the slave masters to keep the slaves in line. The slave masters might not have been able to keep the slaves in line without the house slaves. It even became a goal for some of the slaves to be able to come inside and become house slaves themselves. Now, on top of that, the slave masters would also have babies with the house slaves. They would never be equal, but they were not the bottom class slaves that had nothing and had to work outside eating the scraps. I think you get the picture. And I think for the most part, everyone should understand what the house slaves were. Now, here's the question I want you to think about. After slavery, and after they reprogrammed the slaves to believe that they were free, do you think that the position of house slave went away? Do you think that the slave masters, those that were running and building this country, did away with this house slave position that allowed them to keep tabs and control of the black community by just controlling a small few of them? The answer should be no. But here's the problem. Whether you ever thought about that question or not, you probably have not been exposed to the how. You might just call out a few names that you've seen on television that were obviously cooning and say that's what a modern house slave is. But you probably still have not been fully exposed to the real answer. And that's what we're going to talk about. Here's the irony and obvious reprogramming of today. During the times of slavery, though there were a few slaves that wanted to become house slaves, the majority of the slaves despised the house slaves. They did not trust or like them. Now, fast forward to our current modern times. Today, we praise the house slaves, and they are now our heroes. It's because we have been reprogrammed and reconditioned to love and accept our chains. And our goals are now to get in the house instead of breaking free. It's really deep and scary. Now, if you watched that video that broke down Prince Hall Freemasonry, you already have a good understanding of how the separation began and what started. But it did not stop at Prince Hall Freemasonry. Within the ranks of the Masons were an educated bourgeois class of black men that looked at themselves as elite compared to the rest of the other Masons. They wanted to be separated and distinguished from all the other Masons. And the ruling class of America, the elite families that are still the unseen hands of this world, needed a source of recruitable Negroes to assist them with their plan to assimilate the Negroes into this new world that they were building. So from that need, there was a new subsection of the underground world of Negroes that was made to be the gatekeepers of Black America. On their website, yes, they do have a website, they say this about themselves. Sigma Pi Phi fraternity is also known as the Boule, which in ancient Greece was a council of chiefs. The meaning of the words Sigma Pi Phi, the titles given to its members and their wives, its officers, and the names of its local units are derived from Greek history and tradition as well. In its early years, Sigma Pi Phi could be viewed as a secret organization that consciously avoided publicity. It was not until 1982 that the fraternity adopted a policy of limited and selective publicity. Although no longer secret, today it can be described as a fraternity that exists with little fanfare and one that actively seeks to improve the lives of the citizens in the communities in which the members are associated through its social action and public policy programs and initiatives.